Hey, welcome back to Isaac Repentance. So, spoilers, this is post-commentary. And we're doing Seeing Double, a horrible challenge. Why is post-commentary? Well, clearly because I needed all my focus in order to make this work. No. I streamed the other day and I forgot to unmute my mic for this recording. That's basically it. So, it's gonna be great because I remember when I was actually recording this run, there was a lot of dead air. So if I don't have much to talk about whilst actually playing, it's gonna be even worse when I'm doing post-commentary, but I'll try to keep things filled with commentary as much as I can. Let's get one thing out of the way. This challenge sucks. Yeah. For a few reasons. First of all, the character, which is probably the worst thing in the game. Probably. There might be worse. People have laughed at me when I said this character was horrible, so I don't know. Maybe there's worse to come. Second of all, double enemy spawns. On the bright side, we also have double damage, if I don't think about it too hard. Like, we're playing with two characters, but we just have double the damage of if we were playing with one character, I think. But that's not taking into account rate of fire, so it's all... we have the time, right? We can do the math. So, rate of fire seems to be normal. But our damage is... base damage is like, what, 3, right? Yeah, so I guess it's not horrible. I think 3.2 is base, so we are at 4.8 if we combine it all. So we're 50%-ish, no, exactly 50% over what would be considered double damage. So double the enemies, but only 50% extra damage. But we do have double the tiers we're shooting out thanks to... math can be weird, right? Anyway, yeah, this is where I realized, oh good, bosses are double too, and I already have issues with this boss, so... which brings me right to the topic of this challenge. Like, the 3 that I've played so far, only one of them I thought was good. And that was Isaac's Awakening. And I'm not saying that just because I beat that one. It might help a bit, but it's not just with that. It's because I apparently was going on a rant here for some reason. Isaac's Awakening is based around a mechanic, right? The sword and shield. And combined, that works. Or at least it did so for me. So that was a challenge that was fun to play because it used a few things and gave you basically a different playstyle. This one, where if you just look at it like this, seems like you almost break even, just a little bit more difficult. Gets worse knowing that there are no item rooms, which is what I realized here. So not only are you like basically playing a purist run, you're also playing it with one of the worst characters in the game. And I think a purist run would even be easier than this. Because again, I really dislike playing with this character, and I probably will never say never, right? But probably close to never. Because you're just running around, things are looking good, then apparently one of your characters gets nicked behind the rock and they get separated and then just damage galore, you know? So yeah, I don't like Jacob and Esau, and I'm fairly certain I'm not the only ones to think that. Anyway, move on to floor number 2. But yeah, so this challenge, horrible, don't like it, get rid of it. That's probably one that if I do feel the need to 100% the game for the like the umpteenth time. I'll probably do off camera and let you guys know if it worked. So now that we've done talking about the challenge, we can talk a bit about the actual game itself. I got all the time to look, but I just don't know if I talked about this earlier. But now I'm free to talk about it, and I don't have to think about dying. I only have to consider not having too much dead air, so you may as well go off on a rant again. So, a lot of people have shown their dislike towards Repentance, the DLC in its whole, right? That things have become way more difficult. And here I'm going off on a little rant. No, I'm doing something. Probably going off on a rant again. I seem to be good at that. I've lost my train of thought already. Oh yeah, people dislike Repentance, saying that hard mode has become too hard, and that normal mode has become hard, which to a certain degree is understandable. The reason for that, I think, makes sense in a way that this DLC, I feel, was made for the old veterans and not for the filthy casuals like myself. Yes, I have tons of hours in this game. I can even check how many I have. 467 at the time that I'm recording this. That's a decent amount of hours, but it's nowhere near what like some of the pros have, I would imagine. And I think this DLC was tailored to that. If Repentance didn't up the difficulty, the veterans wouldn't have any problem with this steamrolling through and thinking that Repentance was just a cheap cash grab, so to speak. On the other side of the quarter, penny, dime, whatever you want, you have the casuals like me, who are now just put off of playing hard mode. It's going to take a whole lot for me to ever look back to turning on hard mode. The changes that are made will just be, okay, are basically screw you, oh, and screw you. So why would I put myself through all that misery if I can just enjoy the game on normal mode? Will it be entertaining? I don't know. I hope so. Otherwise there's really no point in me continuing with this series. But hard mode is going to turn me away from this game if I play it. So I'm not going. So yeah, therein lies the problem, I guess. If you make the DLC not have an increase in difficulty, casual players will be happy, the veterans won't, and they'll speed through the game and just never play it. If you make it hard, then the veterans will be happy, and the casuals will struggle to get anywhere. So on one hand, you have somebody's happy or somebody's happy. Right? On the other hand is somebody will blow through it and never play it anymore, or somebody will either get turned away from it and never play it, or start continuing to play it because they want to, beat the entire game. From what I've heard, a lot of this is also just a test phase, I think. I mean, one guy on the forums said something about it, and I don't know how much you should rely on it, but apparently they're like feeling out how people are receiving Repentance and going to change things accordingly. On one hand, you have like posts that are like, oh, it's great, and on the other hand, it's terrible. So I don't know where they're gonna go with. I think for me, normal mode will be alright. So that's my plan to continue onwards. We're gonna play on normal, and once everything is said and done, we'll see if something can be done with hard mode, but I kind of doubt it. So welcome to Cellar 2. My idea of this character is just to smush it together and then deal with what is basically just a slightly larger hitbox. Again, I'm not a huge fan of this challenge because there's no redeeming qualities to it. Character is also really weird to control. Like, if you have an Xbox controller, it's right trigger activates Isa's active item or his pill. No, right button. Yeah, left trigger activates Isa's spacebar or consumable. Right button does it for Isa. Left button is a bomb, and right trigger switches between using the active item or using the consumable. It's a bit weird. You think that it would be easier to just use left trigger and right trigger to activate it, and then left button for bomb, right button to switch between the two, but I think they're still going with the whole idea of the button you need to press is where the thing you want to use is on the screen. I mean, at least that's how I'm remembering things. Like, okay, your active item is top left, so you need to use left trigger. Your bomb is below that, so it's your left button. And then your pill is at the bottom right, so it's right button, and that's what I'm going with, you know? And the way they do it now is consistent with that, so I don't know, maybe that's what they are going with as well. So it's take 2 against Baby Clone. This time I came armed with a bomb. Apparently did really good work on him. The one problem I have, and that's not related to this challenge in particular, but more to the character in general, I guess. The good thing is that you can still take pills, tarot cards, and whatnot. You can even take two with it, right? Because of the whole weird button thing they're going with now. The bad thing is that apparently you don't get double items anymore. Though, admittedly, that might just be because of the challenge. So maybe it's still possible to grab both items when playing in a non-challenge fashion, or when you have items, you know, because we've seen in a normal game a lot of items with 2 items. Maybe you can still do it and grab both of them with these characters. Because other than that, I really don't see anything good about the character. There were challenge characters before, but all of them had a way of had a like mechanic or meta to it, right? Being lost could unlock the mantle, which makes him 10,000 times better, and well, used to be able to get all the devil room items, which could make him insanely strong, but in a life he was still a glass cannon. Keeper could become as good as invulnerable if you got lucky on the first 2 floors and found Swallow Penny. Also no longer possible, but Swallow Penny is still pretty valid, and with the extra health that he starts with, Alright, okay. So only get one guy took damage from the bomb there. Interesting. Then who else do we have? Okay, you got Lilith. Lilith has the benefit of her tears, well, her normal attack is placed with a familiar, right? So anything that would buff set familiar basically gives you damage bonus as well. Who else is there? There's what's he called again? Forgotten? Forgotten is an interesting one too, because at least you can kind of choose what damage you're going to take, in a sense. The bone attack isn't bad, and there's also the fact that one of the characters can fly, so you can fly with pits to go grab consumables and the likes, right? Jacob and Isa, as far as I know, doesn't have that. I don't see what makes you go, I wish I was playing with Jacob and Isa. Just don't see it. And that kind of irks me, you know? Because if I am indeed correct and I'm not missing games and I'm just into it, then who's gonna like it? There is nothing incredible about the character. You may as well go play with Maggie. The one thing you could maybe make, I'm not even sure if that's even possible because the run here will never go that far, is maybe both of them can get 12 hearts, and you have like a crap ton of damage at a crap ton of health. I don't know. I don't know what would be considered good about this character. If you guys have any idea, feel free to share it. I guess one of the characters needs to be at least favorite, so at least now we can all be in unison about which one that is, right? So the run itself is going meh. It doesn't look so easy to pick up. Turns out that the other stuff I picked up was also pretty good. We'll see it proc quite often. Well, we found out where they kept their health. Kind of weird though, right? How one game-mates is being played by so many weird people. Well, weird people, it's weird that a lot of different people are playing it. What do I mean by this, and I don't know if I talk about this, if I talked about this when I was recording this, or if I talked about it when I recorded the episode after this, but it's weird how so many content creators play it. And why do I say it's weird? Not because it's a weird game to play, it's a weird game. The weird thing about it is that so many people who don't play these types of games suddenly did play this. That or I haven't been following them for long enough. Like, I'm watching quite a few people on Twitch and a few on YouTube. And most of those that I follow do have their niche of games. some play platformers, some play roguelikes, some play grand strategy games. And it's really weird for somebody you've been watching for like 2 years, only playing like strategy games, suddenly playing this. And I'm not telling them that they can't, or they shouldn't, or whatever. But it's weird. And I can't... It's hard for me to figure out whether it's A, they're just doing it for the cash grab. Like, hey, this thing is popular, I should play it as well. Or if it's from a genuine interest. Because honestly, if your niche, so to speak, is grand strategy games, then going to something like this is kind of weird, don't you think? Like, you as a person, you as a viewer, only know that person is playing said niche, and to then see that change, it's hard, for me at least, to not think of it as a sellout. I don't know if sellout is the right thing, but it's not like they're being paid to play this. Well, for YouTube, when you get lots of views on it, then you are getting paid to play this, but on the back of your mind, you have to realize that, okay, their niche is, again, the strategy games, that doesn't mean they don't play anything else in their offering, right? And if they're just big fans of roguelikes and they really like this, well, then maybe I'll share it too, you know? So I guess it's a bit of a benefit of the doubt thing, but, you know, just a thing to keep in the back of your mind. A lot of games, you can tell if a game is good, or at least popular, if people that don't play it, play it. Well, content creators that don't play the genre, so I've seen that happen with quite a few games that don't play, which I guess is a good thing, like Fall Guys was one of those. Like, I've seen people who did nothing but roguelike suddenly play Fall Guys. I'm like, same thing with something more recently, Loop Heroes. A lot of people that I saw play that, I knew that was way out of their wheelhouse for what they usually play. Again, they might play it in their off time, I don't know, but of course then you have the people who just play roguelikes all the time, and suddenly start playing this, is like, okay, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure this game, by the way, may or may not have redefined what a roguelike is. And then you still have people like say, it's not a roguelike, it's not turn-based, it's a roguelite. Let's not go into that, alright? There's no real... Okay, this is where I'm messing with controls again. And that's true, I think. I'm not gonna lie, Binding of Isaac Flash version may have been one of the first roguelikes that I've played. And it's one that I've been playing for a while. Again, I think one of my very first Let's Plays was The Binding of Isaac. It may have even been the first. That's not possible, it has to be an FTL. FTL was the first thing that I've uploaded on the channel, but it was a guide, not a Let's Play. I think my actual first Let's Play was Binding of Isaac, what did I call it? Lost Challenges? Forgotten Challenges? Something like that. Yeah, where I had to use cheat engine to get myself items. Man. Oh, those were the days. Yeah. Played the Flash version, played the Rebirth, played it when Afterbirth, played when Afterbirth, played after Plus came out, played Anti-Birth, and now we're back playing Repentance. So it's a game that has been on my channel for quite some time. Probably has been for quite a few people too. It's still a good game. It's just repetitive now. It's just in a bit of a weird spot. It doesn't help that a good amount of the difficulty comes from the game changing what you know. Right? Like, you knew exactly what the nail did. And then you find the nail, you pick it up, and disappointment. So yeah, it's like having to relearn stuff on top of having to learn new stuff. And learning new stuff isn't a problem. I don't mind dying or even just getting hit by enemies I've never seen before. The problem I have is like getting hit by an enemy that I've killed millions of times before who suddenly started doing different stuff. And yeah, you'll adapt eventually, but it's still kind of rough, you know? Yeah, at least I learned to control bombs out of the way again, right? There's a thing.
The Hierophant.
At least I hope you guys can follow with what I'm ranting on about. So feel free to comment on everything I've said. I mean, there's a reason I'm putting these on YouTube, and that is for having fun with the audience. Same thing by stream. I like having people talking to me when I'm streaming. Gets my mind off of things, most importantly the game. So is there anything else that I should talk about now that I have the chance to do this such? I guess a big thanks to everybody telling me things that I should know by now. I appreciate being told what some of the items do that I pick up and don't fully get. I appreciate people telling me about that weird door and how to get to it. Pretty sure a lot of people would, or at least the veterans. I think this one would be that affects the veterans. It might take a while for the veterans to catch on where that door is, because it would be pretty clear that they would keep going alternate paths, right? Gotta unlock all the stuff after do this, but yeah, eventually they'll get to like Bethany and this character. And after having thrown their controller against the wall, I haven't played this character in particular for a few times. Would get down to seeing the door at least, and from there they can start speculating, or they just don't give a damn about finding stuff out and go towards the Googles. Which I'm sure would really piss off the guy. I remember him going on quite a rant when they data mined how to... What were they on about? That was it how to unlock the Lost or how to unlock the Forgotten? Or the Keeper? One of those characters was tied to like a scavenger, wasn't it? Like in real life scavenger. Where they like had to go to certain places in the world and they could find items. When a video game gets you to go outside, it's not due to you having smashed your controller through a window. You don't get too many of those anymore. Especially in video games that decide to keep you inside. Rather you have a laptop where you go sit outside in the garden and play the game. I have recently watched the stream while I was outside in the garden though, through a laptop. Nice weather. Good stuff. So that we made it to the depths, which lies there is nice to me. Wish your little brimstone is carrying us down. That and all enemies attack each other at the moment. The little guy there gets hit. But yeah. Silence. I don't know. But yeah. Do you know? We still have a good amount of chance to unlock. I wonder how that is supposed to go. I'm sure it's all on the wiki, but as I may or may not have stated before, or will state on one of the next episodes, which I'm also recording already. I am not a fan of having things spoiled that would become clear eventually anyway. Like, I've talked about the stream before, and people have spoiled that. I don't mind that because if it weren't for that, my only way of progressing that I could see was either do the alt path on hard, which I wasn't looking forward to, or play with the new characters, Bethany, Jacob, and Esau, which I wasn't looking forward to.
One makes you larger.
Well, it's clear to see who Big Brother is now, right? They look so cute, right? Should almost say that one is a familiar.
Friends till the end.
But yeah, so the door thing I'm not too spoiled because it gives me something to work towards, and that's something that I can do on normal. So that's gonna be a nice thing to be doing. It's not to say that I won't be doing the alt path anymore, but at least I can switch things up. When I can go for a strange door, then do the alt path. You know. It makes things more interesting for me and hopefully for you guys as well. And everything that keeps me in a hard mode, I know. So the game should still be fun to play, I feel like, and a new path gives that possibility. I won't be grinding out the same places over and over again, and I won't have to step up the difficulty. Nothing but benefits. I was hoping to get a bit of HP out of that, but no dice. And look, now there's only one character. There's the little one again. As far as the challenges go, we'll try them out as they come, and if one is going to stump me, like this one, then not sure what I was trying to do here though. Yelling at stuff again, I think. There was a lot of yelling this episode. Well, not really yelling, but you know, ranting. really don't know what I was trying to do here. I hit the other character again, I guess. Could be an interesting way to play, right? Just hide the other character and just pretend it's not there. Just like this challenge. It doesn't exist. Therein lies another problem, because you guys know that well, may not know, but I'm not a speedrunner, I'm an achievement hunter in war. I'd rather 100% the game than finish it in like 5 minutes. I wonder what the world record is for my manuscript at this moment. Let me check on it. Let's have a gander. It's probably gonna be split up into, let's see. Speedrun. World record. Okay, so this is after plus world record. How far does the world record go? Ooh, sorry. For +1, you have to complete a single run to Blue Baby or the Lamp as a character, even a standalone run or as part of a multi-character custom challenge. For the other categories, you have to complete the corresponding race and post custom challenges. Okay, so speedrun is 1 hour and 4. Really? That seems long. Doesn't it? Game rules. You must use fully unlocked file. Can't set a seed except for the one character seeded category. Wait, this doesn't make any sense. Use racing +1. How is... Okay, so R+7. R+1, that's what I need to check. Oh, never mind. Here we go. Instead of 1 hour, it's now 1 minute and 6. 1 minute. How would you do that? So you would have to make use of the sacrifice room, which I believe always spawns. Oh, I completely missed how Abaddon got shat on. I thought I would get 6 black hearts. Nope, 2. Maybe it doesn't take all of your red health anymore. Anyway. So you would use self-sacrifice room to immediately teleport you to Dark Room. And then find an Emperor card on the way there. Along with something really good in the item room that could carry you through the land fight, like Mom's Knife. I can look at the run, I guess, but some things are better left. Well, actually, I'm not gonna look at it. Can't be bothered. Something weird about speedruns, seeing them break the game, you know? Like, as a child, I think, oh, this is a perfect game, and you watch speedruns, like, wow, this thing has more holes in it than Swiss cheese. It's weird. It's weird, like, it's not a paradox, it's what do you call it, oxymoron? Like, speedrunners, whilst trying to beat the game as quickly as they can, spend more time on it than most people. You know, trying to get all the tech, as they call it, down. I've also heard that if you want to hate your favorite game, just start speedrunning it. Not something I would ever do. I don't like the old speedrunning thing. It's interesting to watch, but it's not something I would do. Ruins the game for me a bit too much, I feel. Okay, here's the thing. Nope, they ain't got time for that. Like, oh, you got hit there, or you didn't do this jump perfectly. That leaves you 0.3 seconds. It's time to reset. Ugh. Way to play a game, not to set any records. It's generally one of the things that bothers me with watching speedrunners as well. It's like, hey, let's look at World 1 for 50 minutes until he finally gets that perfect RNG and screw it up in World 2 and then goes back to World 1. I get it, it's the only way you'll ever set records, but my god, is it boring to watch. So here I had a wonderful idea that I could use one bomb to take out all the fires. It's like, wait, where am I going to run off? Where the hell am I going to run when these things go off? It's like, maybe I should. So I just ended up doing that. And my god, was it worth it. Just look at that. One whole spirit heart. Either way, we made it to the depths one, so we're officially past the halfway point. Just one or two, like, really haven't been paying too much attention. So desperate search for HP where I'm starting to use bombs is to blow up some skulls which have a really small chance of actually holding something in. Other than enemies, of course. Make sure that I don't mute my microphone for the next recording. I'm usually not too much of a talker, and being forced to do it for like long times on end is can be tiring. Like 45 minutes here isn't a problem. When you're doing like streams and stuff like that, like for 4 hours, it's like I am glad to finally be able to hit the mute microphone. Which is also why I don't stream all that often anymore. I still do it for FTL. I'm not sure if I will keep doing it though. You need an audience on Twitch, you know? You're like, yeah, let's go stream live for some people, and then not have any people. Which again, is mostly my fault, because if there's one thing I do not have on Twitch, it's a schedule. It has happened that I didn't stream for a month, only streamed like 2 days ago. So, can only blame myself for that one. And YouTube isn't live, so all I have there is the comment section. And I only have access to that at the end of things. So I'm not sure if this was a glorious, wonderful pickup or not. Because I don't know if this affects item room or boss room. If it's boss room, then it probably was a great idea. If it's item room, not so much. Alright. It is time to move on. Alright, little one, go get him. So of course with all these skulls and being able to drop 2 bombs for the price of 1 was worth blowing open a few in hopes of finding some black hearts, but all I found was turrets. Positioning is a wonderful thing in this game. I'm not even sure if I ever end up putting down that ball. Like, fudge it. I don't care anymore. Looks alright. All for naught. I think that's also one of the things that got changed in Repentance. The drop rates on Black Heart and Spirit Heart from skulls and such. Alright, kill it. Well, let's get a frickin' move on, shall we? Alright, well, that's it for Seeing Double. It's probably never going to be an episode on its own again. So, I hope I made it clear as to why that is. But anyway, next episode we will hopefully have live commentary again. But for now, thanks for watching Speedrun series, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next episode. Bye everyone.